Okay, I'm just wrapping up the work on this little LT2000. The engine side is now done. Oil's been changed. Air filter's been changed. Oil filter has been also changed. And also has a brand new spark plug. The electrical side is mostly all done. The clutch safety is actually working again. It was initially bypassed with two little wires. This one actually allowed you to do it without blowing the fuse. Some will blow the fuse, some will not. Now the motor engagement is giving a few issues now. When you go to engage it, it stalls the engine. So most likely it's just going to get bypassed. That's what the customer wants. That's what I'm going to do. This machine is not being resold. It's a customer's machine. So I'll do what he wants. Speaking of the customer, initially when I had this machine, it was about to go up on Kijiji because me and the customer were not talking at the time. And he basically came down, mended fences, and says, "Oh, I'll take the machine," but he wanted the friends and family discount, which I refused to give him because he was being a bit of a jerk, and I didn't give it to him. So he paid my full asking price for this machine plus the trade of his old tractor, and I am fully regretting selling this tractor to him. This tractor is nothing like it was when I sold it to him. It's looking pretty poor now. Mainly the deck. That deck was perfect when I sold him this tractor. But anyways, that's besides the point. It's been done and over with for a few years now. Okay, here is the deck. The main issue it was having, this is your main pulley that engages and disengages. There was grass stuck back in there. So when it went to disengage and engage, it would stick. So I'm going to take some spray lubricant. I'm going to spray it back in there. I'm going to spray these points right here. Also, when he put the belt on, he put it on the opposite side of the brake, so every time it would engage, it was only rubbing on this part of the pulley right here, this part of the pulley right here, and it was smoking on the brake. And the brake's actually bent. But I'm not fixing the brake. I'm just paid to do the actual tune-up and get this all working again. And speaking of payment, my payment's actually going to be a snowblower, which he says it runs, and I'm darn sure make sure it does run before I take it. He also has a little generator, a suitcase generator. I'm going to talk to him about that. It's been sitting for a very long time. Most likely it's no good anyways now because it's been sitting for so long, but I'm going to talk to him about that as well and try and get that. Initially I did ask him for it before when we were babysitting his child, but he got all funny about that. But anyways, this is the deck. So if you have one of these 42-inch decks with the cable engagement, check your point right in here. As you can see, there is rust on there, so that's why I'm going to use some spray lubricant, get that all cleaned back up. But grass will collect back in here, and this is where these 42 inches do rot out that have these system here, the cable engagement. The ones that use the actual rod that engages them are a little bit different, and obviously the ones that use the PTO are completely different as well. But if you have one of these and it's sticking, check back in here, check these pulleys right here, because pretty much everything in here, I'll move it again. These are all moving parts. Down here moves. This here is the brake, operates part of the brake. As you can see, there's the brake moving. And if you did leave a comment on my previous video on this tractor about the belt size, I haven't read the comments on that video yet, but I found a belt that seems to work, but I don't know if it's fully the right one. All I know is it works. So there's where we're at for right now on this. The shop vac definitely comes in handy. If you don't want to take your deck off, just stick the shop vac in on the chute side or at the back of the deck, and you can get the grass out of there and get that working again, and spray in there some WD-40, PB Blaster, really anything that has a lubrication factor, and make sure everything's moving correctly. Also, the big thing is cut dry grass. When it's wet, it sticks to everything, and these 42s, they got a problem to begin with on rotting out. So if you can maintain the deck, you're going to get a lot more life out of the deck. This one looks rough, but truly it is solid. All the welds are good. There are no holes in it. It just looks like crap. This deck was perfect when I sold him this machine. That just shows over the years how quickly these do fail and these do rot out. So anyways, the servicing is just about done. Also, the motor engagement cable has also been replaced. So it's all pretty much set, ready to go. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep redneck like always, and please comment.